Kedia Vision Plus, satu-satunya aplikasi streaming dengan channel TV terlengkap. Nonton kapan aja dan di mana aja. Dari channel lokal dengan banyak program favorit pilihan, sampai channel internasional. Semua dengan fitur kecap hingga 7 hari ke belakang. Gak cuma itu, ada 10.000 jam lebih film dan serial dengan judul baru setiap bulannya.
Cek 1, 2. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to welcome you here today on Vision Plus and Dolby's signing ceremony. As we know, Vision Plus collaborates with Dolby for its new upcoming original series titled Orkes, which will be officially released on May. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. I am Anisha Dasuki as the host for today's event. Representing the whole team, I would like to thank you for joining us today. In today's signing ceremony, we have some special guests. Let us welcome Bapak Haritanu Sudibyo, the Executive Chairman of Mnc Group. Ibu Clarissa Tanu Sudibyo as the Managing Director of Vision Plus. Mr. Pankaj Kedia as the Managing Director Emerging Markets of Dolby Laboratories. Mr. Jerigu, Senior Sales Manager for Southeast Asia of Dolby Laboratories. Ms. Cheryl Koh, Marketing Director for Southeast Asia, Australia, New Zealand of Dolby Laboratories. We'd like to thank you for coming, especially for the Dolby Laboratories team who came all the way from Singapore. Welcome to Indonesia. We hope you have a great day. For the beginning of today's agenda, we would like to watch the video of Mnc Group Profile.
Founded in 1989, Mnc Group has grown to become one of the largest national business groups in Indonesia. Under the leadership of its founder and executive chairman Haritanu Sudibyo, Mnc Group has become the leader in three strategic investments: media, financial services, and entertainment hospitality. In the advertising and content-based media, 4 FTA from MNC Media, RCTI, MNC TV, GTV, iNews dominates the market with the highest number of audience share. MNC Media has successfully produced a variety of content for all generations of all segments, more than 20,000 hours new contents in a year. Library management with more than 300,000 hours of contents. Best drama series with the highest audience share produced by MNC Pictures. The greatest and biggest talent search programs such as Indonesian Idol, MasterChef Indonesia, Kontes Dangdut Indonesia, The Voice Indonesia, and pioneers in esports talent search, Esports Star Indonesia. Talent Search program has produced the numerous stars under the biggest talent management, SMN. Also, a number of special programs like Indonesian Television Awards, Billboard Indonesia Music Awards, Indonesia Movie Actor Awards, Anugerah Dangdut Indonesia, Indonesian Esports Award, TikTok Awards Indonesia. The best and entertaining animation program that has been broadcasted in more than 60 countries in the world. MNC Media is very focused and consistent with the development of its digital business through the super app RCTI Plus. One application, all entertainment, video, news, audio and podcast, talent search competition, and games, including publishing and esports. Social media management with exponential growth in followers and subscribers under Star Hits. On top of broadcast FTA TV, MNC has 6 leading news and information portals: OKZone, Sindonews.com, iNews.id, Celebrities.id, Sportstar.id, and IDX Channel, and a number of radio networks and streaming services. In the subscription-based media, MNC Vision Network or IPTV is the largest in Indonesia of direct-to-home or satellite pay TV, fixed broadband pay TV, and OTT. MNC Vision is the pioneer and the largest in Indonesia in direct-to-home or DTH-based pay TV. Has its own satellite called Indostar 2 with S-band technology, which is resistant to weather disturbance in Indonesia. While K-Vision presents to serve the DTH need for lower middle income segment with prepaid business model. K-Vision subscribers now reaches more than 8 million subscribers, making K-Vision the largest prepaid DTH company in Indonesia. In broadband segment, IPTV presents MNC Play, which offers fiber-to-the-home technology with high-speed internet and pay TV services. MNC Play offers complete variety of contents with catch-up TV and time-shift features. MNC Play's innovation by launching Playbox, an Android TV box that provides complete national and international content channels with catch-up TV feature. The last platform under IPTV is Vision Plus, the largest OTT-based video streaming in Indonesia that offers more than 15,000 hours of video on demand, more than 110 linear channels, and produces original contents under Vision Pictures. All those strengths combined make IPTV different and superior compared to other operators. Within financial services, MNC Capital is the holding company at Mnc Group that provides a complete and integrated financial services. MNC Bank has innovated to become the bank of the future through Motion Banking, digital banking application with complete features that reaches all Indonesian. Other than refinancing services, MNC Finance and MNC Leasing currently are developing a peer-to-peer lending application, Motion Credit, to deliver faster and better credit processing. MNC Sekuritas, as one of the leading securities companies, continues to pioneer ahead with its online trading and mutual fund app, Motion Trade, and to cater international stock market, New York-based Auerbach Grayson. The collaboration of MNC Insurance and MNC Life provides complete range of general and life insurance products for Indonesian families with easy access through the Motion Insure application, anytime, anywhere. MNC Asset Management is increasingly trusted to manage a variety of investment and mutual funds products, currently all provided through Motion Funds application. In the sphere of fintech, MNC Teknologi Nusantara operates Motion Pay, an e-money app with e-wallet and digital remittance features under the brands Motion Wallet and Motion Transfer. Motion Pay had launched Motion Points, a loyalty points program to integrate all of MNC Group's ecosystem. Flash Mobile is the payment gateway and biller aggregator serving MNC Group and non-group transactions. Flash Mobile is equipped with the highest security standard certification PCI DSS. MNC Capital is committed to become the pioneer in integrated digital financial services provider to serve Indonesian. As part of MNC Group, MNC Land has grown to become a world-class entertainment hospitality company. MNC Land continues to grow and focuses on the development of its flagship projects, Special Economic Zone MNC Lido City, and other prestigious projects. SEZ MNC Lido City, located in Lido, Bogor, Jabodetabek, is a world-class integrated tourism destination that has been approved by the government as the closest tourism special economic zone from Jakarta. SEZ MNC Lido City offers an integrated entertainment, commercial, and residential site in an area of 3,000 hectares, currently building MNC Park Lido. Movie Land, Lido World Garden, Lido Music and Arts Center, International Hotel and Resort, Golf Course and Country Club, Retail and Dining, Outbound, and other supporting facilities. MNC Land also plans to develop MNC Bali Resort, an entertainment hospitality resort in the Tanah Lot area in Bali. In the hospitality segment, MNC Land presents Park Hyatt Jakarta, the first and only in Indonesia, the Westin Resort Nusa Dua and Bali International Convention Center, Oakwood Hotel and One East Residence Surabaya, also office buildings in Jakarta, Surabaya, and Bali. As part of its social awareness program, MNC Group is very active in CSR activities together with various parties, delivering help to communities in need through MNC Peduli. MNC Group, developing and innovating the future, a pride of the nation.
And next, we would like to listen to Bapak Haritanu Sudibyo's greeting as the Executive Chairman of MNC Group. Bapak Haritanu Sudibyo, the time is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Voice-nya dinaikin. Good afternoon, everyone. Our distinguished guest, Mr. Pankaj Kedia, and the team from Dolby, Singapore, who came all the way from Singapore here. I think within these 2 years, this is your first time visiting Indonesia, because the government just relaxed, no quarantine, just started weeks ago. And all my team, Clarissa, who run the Vision Plus business, asset business and group, because we have a few businesses under Vision Plus. And of course, the management of MVN, we have Pak Ade, Pak Ari Susanto, and the rest of the team who are also here. Well, this is a very good moment for all of us, because we are here to have a signing ceremony for the cooperation between Vision Plus and Dolby Group, represented from Dolby Singapore office. I talked briefly with my next sitting to my left, Pak Ade, about how Dolby can basically get involved in many video production. And apparently that is amazing, the answer, because there are only a few video production use Dolby currently. And you know, in Mnc Group, today is the largest group that produce video content. I have my colleague here, Pak Titan. Pak Titan is the #1 producer for drama in Indonesia, both in terms of the quantity and quality. Yeah, in terms of the quantity, the market share for drama production for television, I think almost 40%. The quality, basically, at once the highest record ever achieved for drama produced was Ikatan Cinta with 56% national audience share. Happened in one day. Amazing. So 56% of Indonesian audience during that time belt watch Ikatan Cinta. Yeah, and it's been running for since October, 19 October 2020. Yes. So it's been 1 year and a half. Yeah. And you have produced maybe 6,600 more episodes. Almost 700. So basically, allow me to explain what we do. We produce about 20,000 hours of content for television and also for social media. But now we try to produce more for premium subscription super apps like Vision Plus. And then we also produce movie. In fact, I don't know whether it was in the video profile. Yeah, we are building Movie Land. It's basically a place to do outdoor-related production for movie, for drama, basically for OTT related. It's not just indoor studio, which we have a lot in Kebonjeruk, West Jakarta. There's a very big plot there. So that is going to be very sophisticated infrastructure for outdoor production, yeah, on land of, I think, 21 hectares, yeah, located there. And we have also in Lido, we built a lot of interesting amusement, entertainment park, including theme park and many other things, music and art center. So I think in the future we can do a lot of cooperation. Yeah, so I think you talk to the right person. Clarissa is my daughter. She has the passion for content production. I can see that. Yeah, it's different from her sisters. Okay, so I don't take too much time. I hope this signing ceremony is not just a celebration, a ceremony, but we should be able to actualize it, to materialize it for the benefit of all parties, for the benefit of Dolby's group and also for the benefit of the MNC group, and in the bigger thing for the Indonesia at large. Because I think Indonesia in the future will be quite big. I can give you some color about the future of Indonesia. Within the next 23 years, during our 100 years independence, our GDP is targeted to grow from today 1.1 trillion US dollar to reach 9 trillion US dollar. So that is not small. It would be the fourth largest in the world within the next 23 years. And per capita income will grow from today 4,200 per person per year to grow to 29,000 plus per person per year, which is equivalent to South Korea today. Yeah. Why? Because we have big population. The population is expected to grow from today 276 million people to reach 319 million people. We have the average age of Indonesian is about 31 years old, and the population is growing currently around 3 to 4 million every year. So you can see the potential. I think for Dolby to make effort to penetrate the Indonesian market is the right way, because I've been dealing with a lot of basically big organization. We in fact also now in the process of having a JV with Microsoft to set up a data center in one of our site. That indicate how basically the prospect of Indonesia in the future is going to be very big. I want to highlight also, we have also music apps, which we are going to launch this 18 April, called Treble. It's a global company. We just started 2 years ago. They have operated in Mexico and in the US. In Mexico has been growing very, very fast. I don't know whether music is part of Dolby interest that we can work together. So not only video production, we can have involvement in also you can have involvement in music. We can cooperate there, because music I think is also a way to penetrate the young people faster. So I just want to highlight also, maybe next time you can also talk to Pak Titan, yeah? If you have, then, oh, you talk already, yeah. Okay, that's good. So I'd like to introduce, is there anyone, Pak Nur Singh is here? No, yeah? Pak Nur Singh is not here. Pak Nur Singh is in charge of the production of the, basically on the behalf of the television. So we have a lot of talent search program, which is very high profile and perform very well, like Idol. We produce X Factor with the final will be on the 18th this month. And then we have we produce Rising Star. Actually, Idol I started in 2003 when I was the CEO of the television, 19 years ago. So we also produce apalagi ya, The Voice. Yeah, we will produce also the digital version of Talent Search for our super apps. Yeah, so we do a lot of things, because the strength of any platform that carry video content is basically the content itself. So that's why our focus is always on the content. Yeah, practically 99.9% of the local content that we broadcast on the television is produced in-house. And on the OTT side, super apps, premium super apps, is on the way. Yeah, that's why Clarissa now is focusing on improving the quality of our in-house production. We call it the Vision Originals, yeah, under the brand Vision Pictures. It's basically a manifestation of our intention to keep improving our content in order we can be more competitive and become the market leader. Ultimately, not in Indonesia. We are already, but in the Southeast Asia, at least. Okay, thank you very much again for this event. I hope this will be good for everyone, for Dolby and for MNC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bapak, for your greetings. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that we have been waiting for, which is the signing ceremony between Vision Plus and Dolby. Let's welcome Ibu Clarissa Tanu Sudibyo, Managing Director of Vision Plus, and Mr. Pankaj Kedia, Managing Director, Emerging Markets of Dolby Laboratories, to sign the agreement. You may now sign the agreement. And now let's switch the paper to complete the signing paper. And now you may show the signed documents to the camera and to the audience. And let's take a photo session together. Ibu Clarissa and Mr., would you please take a step forward? So we can document it, the signing paper very well. And now I would like to invite Bapak Haritanu Sudibyo from PT MNC Digital Entertainment, Ibu Valencia Tanu Sudibyo, Ibu Ella Kartika, Ibu Dewi Tembaga, Bapak Titan Hermawan, Ibu Lina Priscilla Tanaya. And from the MNC Vision Networks, Bapak Ade Chandra, Bapak Herman Kusno, Bapak Tito Abdullah, Bapak Hari Susanto, Ibu Vera Tanami Harja, Ibu Adita Widya Sari, Ibu Endang Mayawati, Bapak Henry Wijadi, Bapak Roy Debasis, and from the Dolby representative to come to the stage and have a photo session together. Okay, on my mark. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's give a thumbs up. Okay, thank you for the boards of director of MNC and MNC Network and MNC and Vision Plus. Please return to your seats, and for the Dolby, please stay on the stage because also have a picture together with Bapak Haritanu Sudibyo. Picture together with Dolby. Okay, another photo session. My count, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the Dolbys and Bapak Haritanu Sudibyo. And for Ibu Clarissa, please stay on stage. Ibu, we will listen for your presentation. Let's give applause to Ibu Clarissa Tanu Sudibyo.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to our respectful leader, Bapak Haritanu Sudibyo, our respectful board of directors from MNC Digital, from MNC Vision Network and Vision Plus, and also to our beloved peers from Dolby. Thank you for coming all the way from Singapore and personally greeting us here today. Let me take this opportunity to present a little bit about Vision Plus, where we are, where we're headed, and how we landed on this exciting collaboration with Dolby today. Okay. I won't go into much over the corporate structure because I'm sure everybody here is internal and you guys are aware of where Vision Plus stands. We are a part of MNC Vision Network previously, and now we've moved into MNC Digital. But because we were born and bred in MVN, we entered the OTT market with a very unique value proposition in which we carry the most complete selection of live TV, both local and international, within the local market. Next, please. So having this unique value proposition in terms of linear TV and MNC Group's content library, we wanted to increase our aggressiveness and put our name on the map by entering the original content productions 2 years ago. And because Vision Plus is a mobile app within an industry and a market that is predominantly young, we catered and curated our content towards the millennial and Gen Zs. Next, please. And we also saw that local film and new media is quite underrepresented on a global standpoint. So we wanted to create something that was catered and relevant and close to our local youth, but at the same time still achieve some level of premium quality that is accepted in the global markets. Because as an SVOD, subscription-based video on-demand platform, our potential goes global and worldwide. While within the local market itself, we saw that a lot of our local competitors focus primarily on providing content that skews towards drama and romance. And as a newcomer in productions myself, I wanted to be able to provide more variety in the market so we could compete and also complete the current market offering. That's why if you realize we did focus towards different varieties in drama, documentaries, esports, family, and so forth. Next, please. As far as penetration, we're currently right within our target market, within our millennial and working age adult category, followed by Gen Zs, with a relative distribution between male and female, skewed heavily, more slightly on the male side, and we are spread across metropolitan and urban cities. As far as distribution, I think distribution plays a very significant role for OTTs, especially foreign OTTs, to come and localize into Indonesia realistically. And beyond our industry standard partnerships with telcos, ISPs, manufacturers, and e-commerce, we wanted to increase Vision Plus's content awareness, accessibility, and distribution. That's why we entered into channels like Migo. Next, please. So Migo brings content online, offline, in the face of market conditions like digital inequality, connectivity issues, infrastructural issues, and also low purchasing power. Next, please. So within just 2 short years, Vision Plus is now a little over 46 million monthly active users, and we have more than 2 million subscribers. And we're proud to say that we're one of the leading local players in the OTT market. And these numbers have only started with video streaming. So as we expand our mobile app to web, desktop, and also now large screens, our content strategy will adjust accordingly to each user's behavior, whether lean forward or lean back across each platform. But the guiding principle still remains with quality as we innovate our product and expand beyond just OTT streaming into games, text, audio, social, and so forth. At the end of the day, we are a subscription-based platform. Next, please. Which brings us to our collaboration with Dolby today. As we wanted to do something more for our audience's experiences, whether on mobile or large screen, we ideated on bringing a local product by bringing a local band towards an international delivery. By combining music, art, and experience with Dolby technologies, cost is not eliminated, but is a reduced barrier for our users to stream world-class quality content in the palm of their hands. So today we introduce to you Orcas, Next, please. Yeah. A semi-documentary audiovisual immersive performance integrated with Dolby Vision and Atmos. Although limited to selected audio and video devices, Dolby Vision and Atmos features is now direct to consumer and can now be experienced anytime and anywhere on Vision Plus. As the pioneer in the local OTT market to do so, we are honored to be one of the first to receive end-to-end product knowledge in terms of the production process, from specs in production and post-production to the type of equipment, and also to the position of the equipment to the instrument or the props that are used in the production process. We have created a professional team in the process with the capabilities, the skills, and also the licenses to be able to cater to a Hollywood production. So before I pass it on to Pankaj for more of our collaboration and more details about Dolby, I just want to close with this. As Vision Plus is making one more step forward to meeting international standards, our aspiration is that Vision Plus Originals is one step closer to meeting an international market. We cannot wait to evolve as we partner with exciting and inspiring people and companies worldwide like Dolby. And we cannot wait to work with you guys in our future upcoming productions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibu Clarissa Tanusudibyo, for the presentation. It's so interesting, yet so insightful for all of us. Can return to your seat, please, Ibu. And now we are going to also hear a presentation from Mr. Pankaj Kedia, the Managing Director Emerging Markets of Dolby Laboratories. Please, Mr. Kedia.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much. Bapa Hari, Ibu Clarissa, thank you so much, and the entire management team of MNC. It's really an honor for us to be here and working together with absolute people who are so passionate about content. And really at Dolby, we share that passion. The technologies that we really design is centered around the content creator. We always think about content and the content creator when we design our technologies, and how can we help storytellers tell more engaging stories. So I'll share some details about what Dolby is, what do we do, and how do we do some of the work that we do, and how excited we are about this fantastic partnership that we are embarking on. So at Dolby, our mission is really about advancing the science and the art of sight and sound to enable storytellers, to enable content creators, to engage audiences, to bring audiences closer to the story, make them a part of that story itself. And that's what is really at the core of the passion at Dolby. We're a company driven by innovation. We're a company driven by science. And really, in an interesting way, we balance and bring together the world of art and science together. So if you were to go into our headquarters in San Francisco, you would actually see this play out. Almost everybody at Dolby is a musician in their personal time. And we have people from neuroscientists and researchers and a wide range of people working at Dolby, and every day thinking about how can they better the experience. So we are headquartered out of San Francisco. We're about 2,000 people globally, but a majority of the company is really focused on the technology, on innovation, between research, development, engineering. That's really at the core of what Dolby is. Dolby really brings in that expertise into the room that really helps audiences transcend and be part of that story. We are present globally. We're present in over 21 countries, but we have a global business. We're very fortunate that we work with the absolute best brands in the world, whether it is brands that are making devices, consumer devices, or it's people who are creating fantastic content, the best content creators in the world, and then companies that are bringing that content to consumers. And the way we work and the work we do is really we think about the work in terms of enabling the ecosystem, enabling the entire end-to-end ecosystem. And we think of our ecosystem in these 3 steps, which is content creation, which is, as I said, is at the center of all our thinking and our technology design. Enabling content creator with tools, with know-hows, with production techniques, with post-production knowledge, and really making sure people are able to use our technologies in to its fullest potential, but also in a locally relevant way. I mean, the way we would do it in different markets would be based on what is applicable to that market and what is relevant to that market. And again, this would be different between how would approach music versus audio, video versus live sports, so there are differences there. The second part of our ecosystem is content distribution, which is, whether it's broadcasters, pay TV operators, OTT services, anyone who's involved in the delivery of the content to consumers, and usually is the part where content monetization happens. And finally, we work with device manufacturers. We pretty much work with every, I would, hazard a guess and say we're working with pretty much every major, or pretty much every device manufacturer in the world, whether they are making televisions, mobile phones, set-top boxes, PCs, and everything, anywhere where content is being consumed, we have deep partnerships. And this also puts us in a very unique position, is we are one of the few companies that really works in a very deep, entrenched way across the entire ecosystem. And that also gives us some unique abilities to really bring together partners, whether it is, doing marketing campaigns, doing consumer education, or doing partnerships. It's a value we can bring multiple different partners together, in one platform and really be able to make a lot of connections. So the technology today that we're talking about is Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. And I'll go into a little bit more details about what these technologies are and how these technologies enable a spectacular experience. So Dolby Atmos is our immersive audio technology. It started off in the cinemas to really, to create this absolutely natural, lifelike, moving sound experience. We're the company that brought surround sound to cinemas about 25 years ago. And in the last decade, we've worked towards bringing Dolby Atmos. And Dolby Atmos today is the most widely adopted immersive audio technology in the world, be it cinema or even in the home or on the mobile app. And what Dolby Atmos does is, we'll watch a small video to show how it actually works, but at a high level, what Dolby Atmos is able to do is give the ability to content creators to be able to design sound in a way where they can position sound anywhere in a 3-dimensional space, including height, and then being able to position and move that across very accurately. Now, that can be done in a cinema where there are about 100 speakers. That can be done in a home where there is like a sound bar, few speakers, or even on headphones. So irrespective of the environment you're watching it on, you can get that Atmos experience. And the benefit that we see, what it does, is it really draws the audience into the story, whether it is if you're watching, say, a horror movie or a horror show, or if you're listening to music, it really brings you closer to the content, closer to the content creator. And content is a very personal, it's a very emotional experience, and it really deepens that emotional connect to the content itself. So we'll watch the video now, which gives you a small breakdown as to how Atmos works.
Dolby Atmos is a breakthrough new sound experience that makes it easier than ever before to get amazing sound. It's a major advance from stereo and even surround sound. In stereo, streams of sound are delivered through 2 channels. Surround sound enhanced audio by creating 5 or 7 channels. It's a much richer experience, but the limitations of channels still remain. Dolby Atmos revolutionizes audio by freeing sound from channels. As a result, it can create a complete atmosphere of sound all around you, even overhead. It also enables much finer control over individual sounds, which can be precisely placed and moved in three-dimensional space. Each sound can be made louder or quieter, more diffused or more focused, bigger or smaller. So every part of the audio comes to life with its own unique personality and moves around you the way that it does in the real world. Dolby Atmos adapts this premier sound experience from the cinema to other environments, like a home theater system, or a simple soundbar in the living room, or even mobile devices with a set of ordinary earbuds, making the sound as precise and immersive as your listening setup allows. We call it moving audio, as the sound flowing around you makes you feel like you're truly inside the action. And that heightens the impact of your entertainment. Look for Dolby Atmos in movies, TV shows, games, music, and virtual reality experiences, and hear your entertainment come alive all around you. Dolby Atmos. Feel every dimension. Dolby Atmos.
And Dolby Atmos is now being extensively used across the world, whether it is movie titles, OTT streaming apps, and even live sports and gaming. So lots of possibilities there, and I think the vision that Clarissa and the team has had on Orcus, I think it's going to be a really special experience to be immersed in that environment of seeing that band play, and as if you were in that room, as if you were right there. So whether you're watching it on your home or your mobile, it's really going to help you connect much more deeply to the content itself. So I think this technology like this is very difficult to explain in words. It has to be experienced. So I think once Orcus is ready and Clarissa and the team is ready to show it to everyone, I would highly encourage everyone to come in and listen to it and really see how Atmos can draw you into the story itself. So moving on to Dolby Vision. Now Dolby has traditionally been associated with sound, but for the last decade plus, we've been doing a lot of work on video. And Dolby Vision is our HDR technology. It's actually today the best HDR technology that exists. And to us, it's the best video technology in terms of what you can do with video presentation. And here, this screen is not a Dolby Vision screen, so it doesn't do justice to the image. But you can see some examples, like we've seen the dark scenes. SDR is the normal image and HDR is the Dolby Vision image. In the darker scenes, you don't see a lot of details, as you can see in the Dolby Vision image. On the brighter scenes, again, it's quite washed out. You can see a lot of details, much more colors, and just higher contrast and richer image and much more detail. Again, I think what it does is immerses you into the story, brings you closer, makes it very lifelike. Again, to be experienced, so I think when Orcus is presented in Vision and Atmos, it's almost like, you're going to have to suspend your disbelief that you're watching it on a screen. You're actually going to be part on that stage, maybe, with the group, with the band itself. So we'll watch a short video on how Dolby Vision works to explain that. In fact, images can have so much power. Something like Dolby Vision, I mean, we at one stage ran some consumer research test, and we showed people fire in standard video and fire in Dolby Vision, and people actually felt hot when they saw the fire in Dolby Vision. And so it's really how audio and video can really create that experience, create that deep impact on consumers. Dolby Vision also is widely adopted in content across the world, whether it is theatrical titles, movie titles, OTT originals, and also live sports and games. So very widely adopted. Moving on to the final part about devices. So the partnership we have today is creating amazing content with the spectacular experience, and then, enabling the platform to be able to deliver that experience to consumers. But what about the devices? So how do people actually experience this? So if we look at the devices, from a living room perspective, and Teresa talked about how they're going to move to the bigger screen beyond the mobile itself. And today, if you were to go into a retail store, you can pretty much buy a Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision TV from almost any brand. All leading brands in the world are offering Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos televisions, and there are thousands of models available across the globe. Indonesia, including local brands, and I think I forget the exact price point, but they're available at $200 plus starting price points. We will get a Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos TV. You can obviously add sound bars, you can add home theaters, so there is a lot of extra things you can add from a living room perspective. But a great place for a consumer to start would be to make sure that the TV is enabled with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. So that's from a living room perspective. If people who are in the, next slide please, people who are in the Apple ecosystem, whether using Apple products in the living room or using the iPad or iPhone, the entire Apple ecosystem, including their MacBooks, are enabled with Atmos and Vision, the music service, the video service, and all of their devices. So that's another great place. Anyone in the Apple ecosystem can get access to Atmos and Vision across the entire range. And then finally on mobile, which is probably the most relevant for our market here, mobile has a very wide footprint from an Atmos and Vision perspective. So if you're buying phones from Samsung or Xiaomi or Oppo, Huawei, so there are a lot of companies where all of these brands are offering products. Samsung pretty much offers Dolby Atmos across their entire product line. So even if you're buying a product at say $80 or their most entry-level smartphones, it would have Dolby Atmos capability, and you can hear it, you can listen to Atmos on the inbuilt speakers, or you can connect any headphones, even the headphones that, the cheap headphones that come with this phone itself, you can get an Atmos experience. So it's not dependent on the headphone. The phone itself has the capability to be able to play back. Xiaomi just launched a phone with Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. I think it's already out in the market, or it's coming out soon in Indonesia. So lots of ways to get access to the content, and lots of devices that people have. Mobile phones obviously have a very high refresh rate. People are upgrading their phones every couple of years. So large footprint of devices available in the market, and it's growing. And so finally, we're very, very excited, very honored, very proud to be really working together with the entire team here, with Clarissa and her team, to really bring this unique experience. And we've been very inspired by her vision. In one of our earlier discussions, she said she had this goal and this vision of presenting Indonesian stories globally in the best quality. And that's very inspiring for us. So we are very inspired with that, and we hope we can contribute and we can play a role in being able to do that. And look at a time when Indonesian stories really become very popular. Maybe it's the new Korean stories, Korean drama across the world. So I think great stories. In breakfast, we were talking about some ideas on travel shows, and there's lots of possibilities there. So very excited and look forward to a long and a very fruitful partnership together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kedia, please stay on the stage, and I will also again invite Ibu Clarissa. We are going to watch the teaser of Vision Plus and Dolby's first project. As we mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first project from Indonesian OTT platform to adopt Dolby technologies. For Mr. Kedia and Ibu Clarissa, please turn around and facing the screen. And you can stretch your hands. Mr. Kedia, your left hand, and Ibu Clarissa, your right hand. Okay. We will watch the teaser of this first collaboration.
Access granted.
Let's give applause for Orkes. Ibu Clarissa, Mr. Kedia, please stay on the stage. I will present to you a Q&A session. I already have the question with me, and the first question for Ibu Clarissa from Mr. Ahmad Sahid of IQ Plus. Ibu, okay, please seated. The first question for Ibu Clarissa. Ibu, by adopting Dolby's technologies, which are some of the highest qualities audiovisual service, is there any specific targeted audience that you want to reach in this campaign?
Okay, to answer our target audience, I think I can break it down to several, because the idea of Orkes itself is that we do highlight a specific band or musician every season. So probably the first target market would be their diehard fans. That's very apparent. The second would be tech-savvy and Dolby fanatics, probably in the film and music industry, who are very enthusiastic about technology development and advancements. And generally speaking, it also applies to all of our subscribers because they're able to access this content as long as they have a compatible device. And beyond that, maybe towards a more international market, in which I noticed there are several communities across the region and internationally that highlight several Dolby contents across the globe. And we really hope by doing that, Vision Plus is going to be on the map alongside with these production companies and companies, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ibu. And second question for Mr. Kedia. Vision Plus from Mr. Kiki of Emiten News. Mr. Kedia, Vision Plus is the first Indonesian OTT platform to adopt Dolby technologies. From Dolby's point of view, what is the main reason why it is the perfect platform to adopt it?
Yeah, I think at Dolby, we are very, very passionate to work with people who, share this passion for creating amazing content and delivering content to consumers. So I think, in the conversations that we've had, we've seen that strong passion that the Vision Plus team has had is about really changing status quo and really delivering this high quality experience for Indonesian content and really targeting a global market. So from that perspective, it's been very exciting. It's very similar. I think we share the same passions for content and being able to really transform the consumer experience. So I think it's a perfect partnership.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kedia. Third question from Ms. Megalato of TV News Gathering MNC to Ibu Clarissa. Ibu, since you have mentioned about Orkes, could you please give us more details on the original series a bit?
Okay, I won't go into much detail about it because it's still very early stage. But it's a month away, so we will have to wait. But if it's not apparent, the name Orkes itself is derived from the word orchestra. I think it's an IP in itself in which we're going to highlight different musicians or bands across the seasons, in which we're going to gather music, experience, and art all together with footages that are intimate and also concerts that are more personalized, that provides a more sentimental connection between the audience and the musician or the band, especially now that we are going beyond that and actually integrating with Dolby. I think the experience is going to be incredible towards the sentimental value. But also with the branding itself, we try to highlight space elements. The reason why is because we want to signal interstellar travel. I know this is quite a bit hippy-dippy, but we want to highlight future aesthetics because we feel that space itself will regenerate towards future generations, and as they discover the content, it will stay timeless and temporal. So that's one of the reasons why we concept it like a space, And the second thing is that music itself is also timeless. I think through time and time, music doesn't change. With emotion and memories that stick to the music itself, it goes past through us, but it always remains the same. So that's the whole branding around Orkes.
Okay, thank you, Ibu. Next, fourth question for Mr. Kedia from Ms. Kiki of MPI. Mr. Kedia, since Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos would give the best audio-visual experience for its users, is there any specific types of devices that could be used?
So there is a very wide variety of devices that people consume content and in different settings, and what we've seen is people tend to gravitate towards the largest screen that's available to them. So if in their home, if the big screen is available, they usually watch it in the big screen. Obviously, if they're on the go, if they're on a train or something, they're going to watch it on the mobile or the PC. So our goal is always to make sure that the experience is available and consistent across any type of device. Now, from a pure physics perspective, a large theater is going to be very different from headphones, from a pure science and physics perspective. But how do you make sure that that experience is going to be consistent? So again, the technology allows for that, and that's how we've developed it, that irrespective of where you're watching it, that one common master can be used to deliver to all kinds of playback environments, let's say. So in terms of devices, very wide range of devices available in the living room, on the PC side, and also on the mobile tablet. So I think pretty much wherever people watch content, they can have access to devices that support these experiences. So yes, but they have to make sure that they are choosing a compatible device and then have the Vision Plus service and have Dolby Atmos and Vision content available. That is what they are watching on that service.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fifth question for Ibu Clarissa from Ms. Anissa of Warta Ekonomi. Ibu, since you have mentioned that this collaboration will not be the last one, what are Vision Plus plans for future collaboration with Dolby? Is it in terms of another original series maybe?
Yeah, I think as Vision Plus is also part of MNC Group, I think this is just the first signal in how we're going to be working closely with Dolby moving forward, because as mentioned earlier, we are a media company. And as I've mentioned as well, we go beyond OTT streaming as well. Productions will always be a very mutually beneficial collaboration between Dolby and Vision Plus, but as well as music, games, and all the other content offerings that we might explore in future developments.
Okay, thank you, Ibu. Next, last question to Mr. Pankaj Kedia from Mr. Lazuardi of FIFA.co.id. Mr. Kedia, are there any new technologies or innovations that Dolby is currently creating? Is it possible that Dolby will feature it in another Vision Plus series as an early adopter?
So yes, I'm very confident that the technology will be used in more content. And I think Ibu Clarissa, said that they have the goal of enabling different types of content, different genres. The technology applies and is available for VOD content, for live streaming, for sports. So there are games in theater. So I think it's in an interesting way. There's a very nice overlap between the different groups and different work that MNC Group does, and even our target market. So I think there's a pretty nice fit there. So we are hoping, yes, we will see it in many more Vision Plus content, and in the larger group also, as Baba Hari was mentioning, that there are more possibilities for us to do that. And in terms of new innovation, new technologies, what we are working towards is making these experiences more accessible to people. Now, people consume content in different environments. So one example I can talk about is the car, automobile. As the car evolves, the usage of car evolves, as electrical vehicles evolve, it becomes connected. There's a big initiative going on in Dolby is to really bring this experience to cars itself. So from a music initiative perspective, there's actually a lot of work going on, and we've recently made some big announcements about leading global brands implementing these experiences in that car also. I think really making it more accessible to wherever people are experiencing different content.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Pankaj Kedia and Ibu Clarissa Tanusudibyo for the answers, and also thank you for the interesting question. Thank you. You can return to your seat, please. If you had more questions, you are welcome to interview our guests on the doorstop interview, and we will be waiting for another project to experience the best audiovisual. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the end of today's event. The signing ceremony between Vision Plus and Dolby has officially ended. And we would like to once again thank you all for joining us today. We will also like to reinform that Vision Plus original series Orkes will be released on May with a high quality audiovisual thanks to Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos features, giving you the best concert experience in your hand. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you.